Hello guys, welcome back. My name is Kenzie if you are new here. Today we're gonna be decorating. I am so excited to just kind of refresh this space for the early springtime. It is currently blizzarding outside my house now, so spring sounds really weird to say, but I really want to bring the spring to the inside of my house. I love decorating for spring, and spring consists of a lot of everyday staple decor pieces that you can just use throughout the entire year. I will also be throwing in some Valentine's Day touches here and there. We're gonna be redecorating and just doing a refresh of my downstairs area. I am so excited to have a lot of fun little cutesy ideas for Valentine's Day and also for the early springtime. So it's gonna be kind of a 2-in-1 decorating video. I can't wait to get into it. Let's start right now. Before we move on, I want to introduce you to today's sponsor. It's Seed. This one is for all of my gut health, digestion issue girlies. I am right there with you. I've always struggled with my gut health, bloating and digestion. Honestly, I thought that everyone kind of had stomach issues. I thought it was just normal what I was going through until I started taking Seed's DS-01 Daily Synbiotic. You guys, I cannot even tell you the difference that this makes with my bloating, my digestion, everything in between. I just feel like a new person. I feel like I have been so much more productive lately, and my stomach has not been slowing me down. They formulate it based on robust clinical research, including the biologically active dose of each strain, and ensure the full doses of live bacteria survives and remains viable through digestion. Only been taking this for 3 weeks, but I have seen a night and day difference with my bloating and my gut health, and I'm just now starting to see a difference with my skin. I just feel like it looks a lot more bouncier, brighter, and just more refreshed. Especially in the wintertime, my skin just gets 10 times more dry. So this is really helping with kind of boosting that hydration within my skin. There has been a few days where I skipped this, and I feel like I can definitely tell a difference from when I take this versus when I don't. My energy levels and just how I feel, my body feels in general, is just a huge difference. And now that I'm taking this every day, I am just so thankful for them. I'm so thankful that I have something that will boost my energy and make me feel the best that I possibly can feel. I say this all the time, but you guys know that I'm all for maintaining a healthy lifestyle and a healthy home, and you definitely have to take care of yourself first before you take care of your home or anybody else. So if you are struggling with any of the same issues that I have, or you just want to live a healthier life in general, I will leave a link to DS-01 down below in the description, as well as my discount code. You can use the code KenzieM25 and you will save some money at checkout. And now I'm just so excited to tackle the rest of the day, the rest of the month, the rest of the year. We can do this now. We can absolutely do this. Anyways, I could go on forever. I love Seed. Let's just get into the rest of the video. Little wrinkly, little hairy. I don't know if I showed you guys this. This was a TJ Maxx find. It was like $50. Travertine. It is beautiful. It is so heavy. I think she looks so high-end, and for $50, I feel like that is a great deal. I feel like you could find this for like a few hundred on designer websites. So I walked by her, saw her, and could not stop thinking about her, so I went back and got her, and I love her. Let's start with the dining table, just because we don't usually start decorating here, so I thought it'd be fun to switch it up a bit. This table is in the middle of our main floor area, so I like to use the decor on here to tie everything together from the kitchen in the living room. I pretty much never put a table runner on here, but I love the scalloped edges and dainty vintage feel this one has, so I figured it would add a great feminine-like touch for the upcoming springtime. I'm using a bouquet of mixed stems I found at TJ Maxx. It includes white roses, white hydrangeas, blush roses, and eucalyptus. I added some blue thistles in here to give it a little bit more color and also to mimic our wedding bouquet, which actually use these exact same kind of flowers. I cannot believe I actually found this in their store. I just thought this was a perfect way to add in some sentimental love for this Valentine's Day and some extra color for the spring. I'm also adding this fluted marble trivet to help finish off the table. I'm putting a few light pink crystal hearts in the tray. I don't like too much decor on here, and this is usually more than I have, honestly, but I wanted to try out this new runner, and I felt like this vase by itself just felt lonely with the runner, so I think adding the marble trivet was a great minimal finishing piece. Now moving on to the kitchen, I cleared out all the seasonal decor and I just left my practical everyday items and decor out. I did take down the decor on my floating shelves too, just to switch things up a little bit. These floating shelves have been so fun for me to decorate, so anytime I have an opportunity to switch things up, I will take it. Starting with the countertop, I'm adding a neutral round vase I got from Target. I have faux white baby's breath stems in here and I'm just spreading them out evenly, and I'm also bending them here and there to get a more organic shape within the branches. I'm using the flowers to help conceal our Alexa too, to hide her a little bit. And then I'm placing these two little heart bowls that I definitely thought were going to be a lot bigger, but oh well, it's fine. Moving on to the next shelf, I'm stacking a few coffee table books. My favorite and cheapest places that I found to get these are HomeGoods and Amazon. I'm placing this fluted marble bowl on top and putting some beige colored baby's breath inside. Then next to the books, I'm adding my two seasonal icon glasses from Anthropologie. I have hearts right now, of course, for Valentine's Day, but they make different icons for all seasons, so I cannot wait to switch them out again for the spring here soon. On the top shelf, I'm placing this wooden stand and stacking these berry bowls on top. I love how these bowls add some contrast and color to this area, and having the wooden trivet underneath it just makes it feel a little bit more intentional. Next, I'm taking this pitcher from McGee & Co. and I'm actually going to use it as a vase. I have some white hydrangea stems that I had on hand, so I'm sticking a few in the top and just playing around with the petals until I think it looks the most realistic. For the kitchen, I'm adding this potted pampas grass. This is on the neutral side, but it has a mauve-y kind of hue to it, and I figured it's just perfect for this time of year, especially to transition from winter to spring. I always like to add a candle to the island. I don't like having too much here because I don't want the decor on here to take away from the rest of the kitchen architecturally and just all of the pretty work that we've put into it. For this area, I like to keep things pretty standard and keep all of our useful items we're reaching for on a daily basis here. I always like to use cutting boards to add some contrast to our white kitchen, and I found this heart-shaped cutting board off of Amazon, and it also came with these heart-shaped spoons, so I am just adding these to my normal everyday decor just to add a little more love to this area. I love decorating with wreaths during different seasons, and I still haven't found one I love for the springtime, so I think this year I'll just make my own. I still need to get materials to make a bigger one and kind of a more prominent one for spring, but I already had this heart-shaped wreath from previous years, so I figured I'd use this for now since I already have all the materials, and I thought I would just make this wreath Valentine's Day themed. So I decided to take all of these pink things out because they're just not the vibe I'm going for, and the color was just a little bit too bright for me, so I just removed all of those. And for the flowers, I'm replacing those with honestly just leftover stems that I found around my house. This little heart is really tiny, so I'm trimming up all the stems and just cutting up little bunches of the petals off of each one. And I am just using some white flowy flowers, some red baby's breath, and some blush colored thistles as well. And I'm just kind of weaving them through the sticks and alternating each one until all of the brown sticks are covered. I'm tying a velvet ribbon to the top and hanging it with a nail in between my curtains where my dining room and kitchen meet. This fits here so perfectly, and I just love how it ties these two rooms together. Plus, anywhere I can bring more greenery, flowers, and just life to my space, I am all for and will gladly take that opportunity. Now let's move on to the living room. I took the decor off of the bottom to floating shelves so we could start fresh, and I decided to leave the top because I think it's already giving fresh spring feel and I like it, so I feel like I might as well keep it. I'm putting this beige neutral vase with some gypsophilia stems in it. These are great year-round stems and some of my go-tos when we are in this transition time between seasons. I'm taking this marble tray, and instead of using it as a bowl, I'm actually going to flip it upside down and use it as a little stand to hold this lamp. And I'm also going to put in some pictures to this area. I got this arched frame and this heart frame from Home Goods, and I'm just adding some pictures with color and flowers in them to start bringing in the spring through the artwork. I'm using these watercolor prints of a little boy by a pond for the tiny heart frame, and for the arch frame, I'm using this beachy cottage picture to add that slight touch of coastal that my husband and I love. I get all my prints printed from Walgreens because that's just the easiest for me, and I will be sure to leave the link to these prints down below in the description box, as well as everything else you see in this video. For the middle shelf, I'm using some books that we had, and I'm just turning them around so you can see the neutral pages. I always like to do this if I don't have cute or matching book bindings. I'm using this little potted thistle plant that I got last year from Target as a bookend, and these flowers match the flowers on the beachy print, so I feel like it just flows well. And then for the other side, I'm just using a sculpture of hand shaped in a heart for the other bookend. And then next to it, I'm taking this rustic looking jug I got from Hobby Lobby, and I'm just propping the bowl up to fill in the space of the wall more. And I'm also adding a little candlestick holder to finish it off. Now moving on to the coffee table, this table is pretty small, and because I like to gravitate towards the more minimal look, I'm going to keep the styling simple by stacking some books, and on top of that I am putting this affordable marble tic-tac-toe board. I love the high-end feel that stones like marble add to your space with the antique wood of the coffee table. My kids love playing with this too, so it's practical, and I thought it was perfect for Valentine's Day too because of the X's and O's, kind of like hugs and kisses, I don't know. Then I am placing this vase with some beige baby's breath on the other side, and that is it for this coffee table. For this cutie fluted side table, I'm placing this Target arrangement that I got a few years ago, and also some marble heart-shaped coasters for practical use. and you guys, do not forget to try Seeds DS-01 Daily Synbiotic, and please don't forget to use my code KenzieM25 to get 25% off. Thanks again to Seed for sponsoring today's video. And that is it for today's video. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what your favorite Valentine's Day decor was, and if you decorate for Valentine's Day. I am so excited to continue on my spring decorating. I'm ready to use more florals and flowers and color, and I cannot wait to just get into it with you guys. We are going to play around, try different things. I also have so many room makeovers coming up. So if you are new here, be sure to subscribe and stick around. I would love to have you guys. I also just recently opened up my new interior design and decorating business with my husband. So if you are needing any design or decorating, styling help, picking out pieces for your house, I will leave the link down below to our website. You can fill out a little form. It takes like 5 seconds, and we will be in contact with you. We are right now offering free consultations for any first-time clients. Anyways, if you're still watching, you are seriously the best. We will see you in a few days in a new video. Bye, guys.